Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Comedy Pinata, live from New York City. Very excited about this. A special co-host, Jiggy.
Yeah, coming off the bench.
There
coming
we go,
off the
coming
bench.
off the bench.
Whenever
Mike
needed.
is not with us. And you know him from Cash Cab. I know him as one of the grinder comics here in New York City. You were somebody that would go multiple clubs all the time back in the day. Yeah. Mr. Ben Bailey. Ben, how you doing?
Hey, everybody. What's up, man?
How's it going, bud?
Do I need to hold this?
You don't. It will pick you up right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are going to tweak levels. Like, I don't want to be...
tweak.
I don't want to be muffled later because I'm too far away from
Nah, you're good.
But how you been doing?
I've been good, man. I've been really good. Yeah. I'm really busy, like, back on the road, full on. Like, COVID sucked, obviously.
Sure.
Almost 2 years I didn't do a single road show.
Wow. Okay.
Like, 19 months. Because I was like, I want to play. I didn't want to be a super cluster event.
Sure, yeah.
I was terrified of, like, making hundreds of people sick and, like, a couple of elderly Cash Cab fans.
Yes.
Thanks for coming to shows. I hope you loved it. It's the last
Hope you don't
thing
die.
you ever did in your life. Like, I don't want to do that.
I did the Red State tour pretty quickly. I got offers. I was like, yeah, I'll work. Because I was like, I don't know what's going to happen. Who knows, you know? But
yeah, but every time I was like, I think I'll do that.
Yeah.
Something else, like Jamie Foxx collapsed.
Right.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And they thought he was dead. And I was
Yeah.
like, no.
But did you do a lot of spots in the city then?
No.
Oh, you just stayed at home.
Dude, I was one of those people, like, it was like lockdown, you can't go anywhere. And I was like, I was like Putty from Seinfeld. I was like, all right. And I just fucking didn't care at all. I just like got deep into stuff at my house, and you know, I built a bar.
You built a bar in your house?
I built a bar in my studio.
No, that's why you don't want to leave. Yeah. Why would you?
And I built a fireplace, and like I've done a lot of work.
Did you have to
house.
research how to build a fireplace?
I did, yeah. Like I made a plan.
How hard is it to build a fireplace?
It's fucking hard, man.
Yeah.
Turns out it's
That
really
seems like
hard.
pretty difficult.
I would assume so. Yeah. That's
a
when you
lot
don't want to
of
fuck
work.
up.
I tried to build a fireplace in my apartment building, and that did not work out.
Indoor, yeah, that's a whole different animal. You're supposed to be outside with those.
The clubs didn't open up for a while in New York, and like my first spot back, I got an email and they're like, "Do you want to do a spot in the park?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll do a spot." This is like 6 months later, and I'm at the thunderstorm. There's kids screaming, dogs are barking, and I walked home. I called my friend. I'm like, "It was great."
Really?
just to tell a joke again.
Just to do it, yeah.
Just to do it.
I did a live streaming show once or twice a week through the whole thing. Like, I play hockey. You used to play hockey?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Me too. I started again. I'm so fucking happy I did.
It's the best.
One of the best things I've done in my adult life is start playing
Chelsea
hockey
Pierce?
again. No, I'm out in Jersey.
Oh, okay.
So I have like a Tuesday night game and made a bunch of great friends through that. And it's awesome.
Yeah.
So I also had that. Although we couldn't do that for a while.
Couldn't do ice hockey for a little.
Couldn't do ice hockey, and then it turned out that it was actually worse because the ice would keep everybody coughed, and the coolness of the ice that would just stay level. So we're all just like skating through each other's germs.
Skating.
Remember one team got totally sick all at once.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like one of the NHL teams, like.
Oh,
the
yeah,
whole
like
team
Ottawa
got it.
Senators got it. Yeah.
They all got it, and then it was like, wait a minute,
Let's
maybe hockey's a fucking
But I remember at the
thing.
rink they said no spitting. And you were allowed to spit because it's not. I mean, you watch any NHL game, they'll go to like Patrick Kane. You'll see him on the bench. Just sit there. They're constantly spitting. Constantly spitting.
A lot of
disgusting.
like snot rocket air.
Oh, snot rocket.
Cut away. Fuck. Yeah.
Like,
Anything
no more
but
of
this.
that during COVID.
My wife watches hockey. She's like, "Ew, it's so gross." I'm like, "Yeah, it's kind of gross." But how about you, Jiggy? So you got right into it then?
No, it took a while. I mean, I think from March until August, I didn't do anything, and I was doing virtual stuff too. And
that's what I started to say. Yeah.
I didn't do virtual stand up. I did that a couple times, and I'm like, I can't. This is too weird, And plus, my wife is like listening to me, and there's no response. So I'm just like in my kitchen, like, what's the deal with Kesha? And like, and she's like, boo, this sucks. It's terrible. Like even the people are on mute, so like you're just like into a void. But I did like a cooking show during it, which was like a cool way to just like interact and not have the pressure of like doing jokes, but just being fun around cooking.
To perform for no one.
Yeah.
Ben built his own oven during COVID. Yeah. It'd be interesting, this Jiggy.
One of my hockey buddies works in food service, and he was talking about the free and reduced kids, and how there's like millions of kids that if the school's closed,
right,
which they were about to,
sure,
there's going to be like 3 million more kids the next day that don't know where they're getting their breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Right.
So I was like, that like terrified me. I've led a privileged, fortunate life. I didn't even know that was the case. That there were lots of kids that like get breakfast, lunch, and dinner from school.
Right.
Like, holy shit, we have to do something. So we started doing this live stream to all 4 social media outlets that I was on at the time, once a week. And anybody that wanted to give me a tip, it went to No Kid Hungry.
Oh, wow, that's great.
It was
dude.
awesome.
That's so nice.
It gave me purpose.
Yeah.
To like have a gig, once or twice a week, even though it was for no one.
Yeah.
And then we actually raised a pretty good amount of money, and
That's incredible, dude.
it was really cool.
Yeah.
So
They did a lot of good work over the pandemic. No Kid Hungry.
they sure
Wow.
did, yeah. And they're part of Share Our Strength, which is they were the ones that were like, after like hundreds of years, they were like, wait a minute. There's restaurants throwing away food over here, and there's people right here down the street that are fucking starving.
Yeah, of course.
Why don't we give the food to them? Like they did that like in the 80s. It's like it was like wheels on a suitcase. Like how did that take so long?
So long for us to figure that out. Yeah.
But,
Yeah, that's the good thing about pandemic. It did kind of recalibrate a lot of things for the better. And I think now you're seeing live performances. The clubs are more packed than ever, and
it's great,
live
isn't
music is more packed than ever.
Dude, I did 100 of those shows for no one. I had my girlfriend. I put laughs from my previous 2 stand-up specials, audio tracks, and she had them labeled, and she would play laughs for me.
Oh, really?
Oh, that's so
It was
cool.
so funny because people are like, "We don't need the laughs." I'm like, "They're not for you, you dummy. They're for me.
Yeah.
I need them. I don't care if you need them. Like, I'm dying with them.
Yeah.
I need to hear something." But
I remember when I forget where I was, but when pandemic hit, I was so happy. I was like, I mean, not for like
not have to go on the road.
to just be at home.
Yeah.
I loved it. There were people like, "Oh, I
Me
hate it.
too,
I can't
man.
wait to gig." I'm like, "Fuck that. I'm riding this out, man."
Right, 'cause
Because I know
you've
it's going to end at some point.
Touring a lot for a long time, right?
Watched everything I wanted to watch, read books, hung out with the kids. It was the fucking great. I ate like shit. I still haven't lost the weight. I gotta lose the weight at some point. But everybody put on those 10 or 15 or whatever, and then a lot of people lost. You look great.
Thank you. So do you, buddy.
No,
I went the other way. I was like, I'm going to do a juice cleanse. I'm going to start like doing these workouts.
He made his own garden in the back.
We already had a garden.
Did you really?
Yeah.
God bless
I'm
you.
I'm such a homebody, man.
Yeah.
I never thought I would be. But I think it's the touring that when I'm home, I just want to be home.
Exactly.
I don't want to go out to eat. I just want to be at my house.
Right.
You know?
I that's the way I feel in Nashville.
Is that
Every
where
now
you
and then I
live
go
now?
to I moved
Oh, I
to
didn't know
Nashville.
that.
So I go to Zanies
Nice.
like once a month. But I'm like, I just wanna be home.
Just want to be at home.
Like, I really didn't want to come here today. Like, I woke up and I was like,
He said this to me.
why did I tell Steve I would do this? I don't want to leave my house.
I'm glad I did. I'm always glad I did.
Yeah.
But it's like
But
that-
you should
have
go
that
to
inertia,
you should go to the clubs once a month and
I
just
know.
catch up with everybody. That's what I love about
should.
coming back. It's just seeing everybody and like running into Natterman and like he's still
Natterman.
like still single.
He still has that Vlasic pickle
Making it
commercial
happen,
voice.
Byrne. Yeah.
He's hilarious. Godfrey said that to him one night. And I was like, "Hey, fellas." And God was like, "Can I get a Vlasic pickle with that voice?" I miss those days, but it's not like it was, right? Like it used to.
Every
now
now
I go
and
in
then
there,
it
I'm like,
is.
"Who are these kids that are in here?"
Yeah.
And they're all like, "Who's this old guy?"
Yeah.
They're like, "Is that the guy from Cash Cab?" I didn't know he was a comedian.
Yeah, but
They do.
but they
But you know what I mean. It's
every
not
now and
the
then you get a
same.
good night. Like
Right.
Colin Quinn was there, Keith Robinson last night.
Steve Byrne.
Yeah, it was great. The best.
Wait, who else? Colin and
Colin and Keith.
Keith is
and
always
then-
in there. That's true. Yeah, until like 7:30, and then he has to go home and go to bed.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
He's 100.
But all right, so let's get into this. So
Okay,
I
yeah, what are
don't
we
know the
doing?
clips.
Yeah.
We have no idea who the clips are. Jiggy. Normally we have a different setup. Mike's not here today. Jiggy's doing the best he can, producing and helping out. Smell the lavender.
Is this real?
Oh, it's the yeah, we built it.
You guys, I think you guys put this.
You built this during the pandemic.
That's right. Yeah. So we watch some stand-up
doesn't-
clips here.
It doesn't smell like lavender at all.
Neither of us know who these are. Mike normally has the envelopes. I don't have the envelopes. So you're just going to tell us who is clip one?
I don't know if I got that information from him.
Does he not give you any?
He didn't give me any envelopes. I have the clips.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
do you want to tell us who
The
clip number
envelope,
1 is?
please.
Okay, so the first clip
Is
Zach Galifianakis.
Oh,
Zach Galifianakis. Okay, here we go. So we got to watch Zach Galifianakis. Any initial thoughts on Zach when you hear the name Zach Galifianakis?
Yeah, I don't like him.
Yeah.
Never liked him.
For reals?
No, I'm just
Oh, juicy details.
No, I'm just kidding. Zach's
When
great.
I first
Between
started,
Two Ferns is like makes me laugh every time I catch a clip of it.
Unbelievable.
It's fucking hilarious.
I love Jeremy Glick.
Jiminy
Jiminy, yeah.
Jiminy Glick, but it's like a better version of it. You know what I mean?
He's just like a
Yeah.
real guy. Like Jiminy Glick, I love Jiminy Glick too.
I
think
used to
that's
love
some of
him,
the
yeah.
funniest shit ever.
Oh,
Martin Short
gosh,
as
yeah.
Jiminy Glick.
Yeah.
And I found out like way later that Jiminy Glick is actually modeled after the guy who first put me on stage. A guy
Really?
named Skip E. Lowe, who used to have a cable access talk show in
Really?
LA that he filmed on a bus bench that had an ad for the show on the bench. So it's like him and then a picture of him.
Yeah.
The
And he-
Skippy Lowe
And he
show.
kind of talked like that?
He was very much like that. He even looks
Wow.
like him a little, and and
Really?
he just asks the most uncomfortable, awful questions.
Oh, that's great.
But Zach has taken it to another level.
a whole
with,
nother level, yeah.
I mean, the shit with McConaughey, he just says the most offensive.
Oh, my
things.
God.
It's amazing.
It's so funny.
And they just are like,
Oh, they just deadpan, yeah. The Brad Pitt one where he spits his gum on him.
oh no, I didn't see that.
Oh, it's great. But when I first started in New York and we were kind of grinding it out, Zach was somebody that was just going off to L.A. And I'd seen him at, I forget the alternative room that they used to
Right,
do
it was
there.
like Rebar or
Something like that, yeah. And he was
Luna
like
Lounge.
Luna Lounge. He was the guy
That's
there.
where I first saw him.
And he was fucking great. He was fantastic. And on top of that, one of the nicest guys in the world. Last time I saw him, I was going to Universal Studios with my family, and he was going to
He's
the
pretending to be a wax figure.
no, but you know the little the things you go in, you could skydive and you sit in a
Yeah.
little tube.
Yeah.
I guess he was preparing for a movie, and I think he was doing that, and he was
wow.
walking in. We were going in, and he sat and just goofed off with my kids for 10 minutes.
Oh, that's awesome.
And he was so nice. I was
So
like,
you're
what a good guy.
Okay, dude.
Yeah, we get it.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Keep moving, Zach. Those are my children.
So let's watch. All
right, here we go.
Zach Galifianakis. Here we go.
I'd like to do a few characters that I've been working on for a long time. This first character, sir, do you... This first character I've been working on. I stabbed myself in the eye with that.
You look so young.
Is anyone taking fucking notes? The names of the DVDs, the editing thing. You know you suck when the camera guys don't laugh at all. There's got to be something you may laugh at, right? Do you like racial humor? Is there any? There's got to be something. I want to combine the NAACP with Mothers Against Drug Driving. It's called Mothers Against the Advancement of Colored People. Fucking nothing!
That's great. That's great.
Really good.
And that's why.
He's a good physical comedian, poking himself in the eye and then.
I wonder what year that was from.
It's got to be. I mean, he's talking about
05?
DVDs, so
2005?
Before that.
yeah.
I
he
went
looks
purely
really
based
young.
on the polo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was that's an 0405 polo situation for sure.
87 polo.
Yeah.
He's wearing it retro in the late 90s, early.
And he's like so young and skinny too.
but
in that.
still has a belly.
A bit of a belly, yeah, a bit of a belly.
He
But
kind of resembles a koala a little bit.
that's why I like him, though. I like that he is not just regimented to the material. Like he can get a little chaos every now and then. He can go off. He'll go into the crowd. He'll just improv, and that's one of the things I really, really always love. Look, he's so fucking gifted as a writer, and just the creativity that he brings to stage. But my God, he's
brave. Like he doesn't
very
care.
brave.
You know,
No,
he's
no.
just fucking around and doesn't. I mean, that's not a huge crowd, but he's fearless. Like
yeah.
he's going
Always
to
has
question the cameraman, and you know,
Yeah.
go to like some place that most comics wouldn't go.
Especially when the cameras are on. I think that's the thing. Like sometimes you'll see comics do this, but if there's any type of stakes involved, like with a shooting of a recording, they're like, maybe I'll stick to what I got to do.
Like, straight line it, yeah.
But you can tell he's having fun, almost like it's like a Tuesday night at 11 o'clock, and that's pretty cool to do that with whatever stakes these are. I don't know what this was filmed for, but
that is like the beginning. You can see between two ferns in there, like they're just like sticking to this ridiculous. This is what I'm doing, and this is where we're going.
Just very secure, yeah.
And I'm not breaking from it. It doesn't matter. And like. You know, that's where it ended up. He's got like the biggest stars in Hollywood sitting there, and he's just
getting shit on.
He's just
shitting on them
and staring them down. You know?
Yeah.
Like I'd be intimidated as shit to sit in a room with Brad Pitt.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I could bust his balls. I might not be able to say anything. You know?
Right. Yeah. Like, you're good looking.
Oh my
you
God.
hear that a lot, right?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like Marin. Did you ever do Marin's?
Yes.
The week before I did What the Fuck. It was Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm like, dude, what happened? First of all. Second of all, like, how did you have a conversation with those guys?
Yeah,
I just
unbelievable.
be shitting myself. I met Tiger Woods once, and we got introduced. And this is Ben Bailey from Cash Cab, and Tiger goes, oh, hey, I know you from that show. I watched it on the road. And I was like, I couldn't say anything.
Yeah.
I just like slowly backed out of the room. How do you
that Homer Simpson meme where you go into the bush? Yeah,
yeah, totally.
Bye.
Oh my God, that's perfect.
Yeah.
I just left.
Yeah.
I'm sure he was like, "What the fuck was that?"
What's wrong with him? Yeah.
I was just so intimidated.
They're just like us, though. Don't you read Us Weekly?
No.
They take out their trash. They fill up the
No, I
gas
don't.
tank. Yeah.
Do not read Us
What were you
Weekly.
gonna say, Jakey?
how many people do you think really know like a Brad Pitt's like real personality? I think if you did an hour with Brad Pitt, I would have no idea what to expect. I only know him from film,
movies,
like
which is
or
smart,
promoting a
right?
film or in a film.
Yeah.
You feel like you know him because you've just seen him and heard him talk.
Yeah, but no
I think
idea
in
like
real life, he's always eating as well. He is eating in every scene
Constantly,
of
yeah.
every movie he's ever done. He's got a milkshake or a burger or something.
He's like doing the Steve McQueen. There was always like some
Have something to
task
do.
or hobby. And I remember when Roy Wood Jr. was on Sullivan and Son, he said he was always eating the peanuts or the pretzels or whatever. He's like, yeah, I'm doing the Brad Pitt. I'm like, no, you're doing the Steve
idea,
McQueen.
man.
That's what you're doing, yeah.
Right, Steve McQueen.
You're creating
He's doing
something.
the Brad Pitt who was doing the Steve McQueen.
Exactly, yeah.
That's a
All
good
right, that was
call, you're
Zach Galifianakis. Okay, here we go.
Zach,
Who
write a
is
joke.
clip number 2?
clip number 2.
Listen intensely. Yes, it is.
Oh God.
Oh my God. How old is this?
We're getting a lot of old clips
Anthony Jeselnik. Okay.
here. Jeselnik
this
from a long time
He was
ago.
in high
Yeah.
school.
All right, here we go.
All right, here we go. Any thoughts
and,
on Jeselnik?
I don't. He kind of came along after I stopped. Like, I
Doing a-
stopped watching comics
Right,
at a certain point. Like I was just like, I can't watch.
Yeah.
I want to be what I'm going to be, and I don't want to. Like, I just stopped watching comics.
Yeah.
And he kind of came through the clubs and shot through after that. So I've only seen tidbits, but you know,
Comedy
he's a
is,
great writer,
is
very
a
funny
lot
guy.
different than music because music, it seems like all the musicians, like the Beach Boys will listen to the Beatles, the Stones, you know, they all. But comics, I think, for the most part, just kind of like, I don't want to watch. We
don't-
see each other enough.
I kind of like. I feel like when I'm old, so old that I can't do it anymore, I'm going to have all this great comedy to catch up on.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But it's partially like I don't want to be influenced, and I don't want to.
Yeah.
It's like it's kind of weird. It's different than music. Right.
Way
Yeah.
different. Yeah.
But
Because you
music's
get the
different
comparison.
anyway, right?
But yeah.
You can go and play someone else's music in a live
Sure.
performance, and everyone's like, "Cool."
Yeah.
You can't do that with stand-up.
Unless you're Carlos Mencia. All right, here we go.
Thank you. Thank you. You know, when John Doerr asked me to be here tonight, I told him to suck my dick. And now I'm here. This is true. My mom actually should have been on one of the planes that crashed on 9/11. I think it's fun to do 9/11 jokes in Canada. Way better response. But don't think I'm like a bad person. I think I'm a bad guy for saying that joke. You know, I'm a good guy. Like, I would never hit a woman, you know. I would never hit a woman. Even if she had a knife or a stutter. That's just not how I do business. In fact, I might be one of the greatest guys of all time. Like, I've got a kid in Africa. Yeah. I've got a kid in Africa that I feed, that I clothe, that I school, that I inoculate for 75 cents a day. Which is practically nothing, you know, compared to what it costs to send him there. When I was a kid, my friends and I got arrested for vandalizing a graveyard. $10,000 in damages. But we had a great lawyer who knocked it down to criminal trespassing and necrophilia. I talk a lot about death. I think it's hilarious. My whole family's like that, kind of. In fact, even well before I was born, my great-grandmother threw herself in front of a bus. Police tried to call it a suicide, but the family knew that she was just trying to stop civil rights. That's a good one. And people get weird when kids die.
Okay, you want to stop?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I like kind of his approach,
Yeah.
but I don't know. He's just like, I feel like in that room, in that moment, he's a little just too kind of casual. Where maybe they wanted a little more like, "Are you trying?"
Right. Yeah. But that's him, right?
Right,
I mean,
yeah.
that's the
I wouldn't hit a woman
stage presence.
even if she
of-
had a knife or a stutter. Is a very funny line.
Yes. Yeah. The drum roll, the pauses, the
So
cooler vibe, the very sitting in the pocket, catch up to me. Yeah.
Right,
Look.
exactly. I feel like he hasn't mastered it yet. There. Like
well, I
stuff
agree.
that I've
Yeah.
seen of his more recently, which is the only
Yeah.
stuff I've seen is little snippets online.
Sure. Yeah.
Like
Yeah. You grow into your voice, and
he's found
yeah.
it later, like not that long after that. He really kind of landed it.
Yeah.
Now he's right on the, But I'm
Yeah.
sure. I mean, that's like New Faces or something.
Sure, yeah, JFL. That's that. I think he's a great writer, obviously. But I don't know. For me, it's like I don't know if I could watch that more than 15 minutes. Like I just want. I don't know. That's just my own personal take. Like I just want a little more. I want someone. I don't know. I like
A little more presentation.
charisma.
Yeah.
Something like that. It just I like when it's that drone, and then I think what happens too is that this style that he does and the writing that he does, it just like when you watch that more than 15 minutes, it's like here it comes. Da-da-da-da-da. Here it comes. Da-da-da-da. Here it comes. And you know it's going to be it just like the pattern becomes very just
Well, I feel like if that's your style, then your punchlines have to hit. Like they have to.
Well, his
Yeah,
do.
you're giving up
His punchlines
likability.
do. Not everyone in there did.
No.
Some more than others, but
Yeah.
like Hedberg.
Sure.
It's kind of like, look over here, and then
Yeah.
and it's like, boom. You're like,
Yeah,
how did I not see that?
The deception is, I don't know, just the redundancy of deception for me. It's just like, I don't know, sometimes you got to shift gears a little bit.
Yeah.
But,
I would, I don't really watch comics, as we
Yeah.
said, but like a little more like, hey, look, check this out. A
yeah.
little more
But then again, that's not him, you know?
No, but
Like,
this thing is like,
I remember watching Jim Norton when I first started, and I was like, Jim, it's so funny to like see you smile because you have a great smile, but you never smile. He's like, yeah, I know
Smiles like
everybody
Don
tells me I
Rickles.
should do it more, but he's like, I just don't want to. But he does look like Rick. Yeah, but
when he smiles.
but that's him. Yeah,
That's true, yeah. I mean, I don't smile.
yeah. I'm
I
not
bring
saying
more
somebody
energy,
should, but yeah.
but I'm like,
What are your
Say
thoughts, Jiggy?
Say something ridiculous and keep a straight, even angry-looking face.
Yeah.
Is kind of my thing. So what can I say?
It's a thin line to to make a career out of people liking him being unlikable. And I think that I literally was talking to he's not a comedian. He's a lawyer who wants to do comedy today, but I've known him for a long time.
We need another one.
Yeah,
of those,
right.
Yeah.
He calls me today and but I referenced him because he's writing this like dark stuff. I'm like, dude, you can't do that. But he's referencing Jeselnik, and I'm like, he's on a master level to be able to do that for a whole career. But you can't do that out of the gate. He's like, yeah, my girlfriend's fat. I'm like, okay, well, I don't know where we're gonna go with that, and you're gonna try to get the audience back.
Yeah.
He said something like that. But yeah, I mean, this is tough. You know, he's made a career out of being people liking him being unlikable, which is tough to do.
Yeah.
But it is a specific thing.
It's. I mean, there's very few.
Well, I think they like
Other
him.
than Anthony, it's like who else is doing that? You know?
Right. It's a unique space.
It's
for him.
kind of like Daniel Tosh, maybe, is in the same vein, no?
Yeah. But Tosh is different in his energy and his.
Sure.
He's more like, look how wacky I am to some degree.
Yeah. Look, I mean, Tosh.
And he's darker, like just
Definitely darker, yeah.
He seems to like the mislead, and then like it's even a shade darker than you might have expected,
Yeah.
which is not my thing at all. Like,
Yeah.
but I still can appreciate the writing of it.
Oh yeah. I mean, definitely a gifted writer, but Tosh is like likable. He's constantly smiling. You're always in on the joke with Tosh, right? Yeah, he kind of makes it, but yeah.
He just lets you in for a second.
Wasn't
Yeah.
Jeselnik, didn't he start writing monologue jokes for late night, right?
He did, yeah. I
Yeah.
can't remember which show, but
I think it was-
I wonder what those what those jokes were like.
The first time I just met him, I was standing in the hallway at the cellar,
Yeah.
but outside.
Yeah.
You know, before you get to the door there, like right in the front. And I can't remember who else was standing there, but I had no idea who he was.
Yeah.
And he comes up and he's like, "Comedian coming through," and I was just like,
He said that?
"Yeah." Me like just being a joke, like comedian coming through, and I just looked at him like. And he was like, he was like 18. You know? He was like, "Oh my God, who's that guy?" Just like, put his head down and went in.
Yeah.
And then I was like, "Oh, okay, that's when I started to hear that this guy,
Sure, yeah.
Anthony Jeselnik was doing." I was like, "Oh, that's okay."
Yeah.
I have a couple like that. Like I should have known
Sure,
who they
yeah.
were, and I didn't. Like, remember Comics?
Oh yeah,
On
yeah.
Ninth Ave, super nice club that was kind of a short-lived thing in New York. It was like the guy just wanted to have a club, and he was like a billionaire or something. So he's like, "Oh, just build a club in the middle of Manhattan. Who cares what makes money?" I headlined a weekend there,
Yep.
and I didn't know who he was at the time. The manager comes over. He goes, "There's a young guy wants to do a guest set." I go, "Who is it?" He goes, "John Mulaney."
Yeah.
I go, "I don't know who that is." He goes, "He wants to do a guest spot." "Sorry, man, I don't know the guy."
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so I
yeah.
said no.
Yeah.
And then like I'm standing in the green room,
Yeah.
which was orange. Everything in that club was orange.
Yeah.
After the show or right before, at some point I look over and Mulaney's like in the doorway. And he's
Oh, really?
like he was so pissed, but I didn't know who he was.
And he stayed and watched the whole show?
I can't remember if that was after
Okay.
or before.
Wow, yeah.
But I felt bad later
Yeah.
because people were like,
Have you
"Dude,
seen him
that's-
since?
That's Mulaney. You should have fucking." I'm like, I didn't know the guy. I live in my own little
Sure,
bubble.
of course,
I just
yeah.
I purposely don't know.
Yeah.
And no, I haven't seen him since. No, I'm sure he's like that.
Motherfucker, Ben Bailey, a
Don't you
cash
know who I
cab.
am?
Change the channel.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. And by the way, like
But
one
I've
of
seen
the
him. Some clips of him online. Says he's a very funny guy.
one of the nicest guys, by
Yeah,
the
that's
way,
what
as well.
everybody says.
I mean, Mulaney's beyond nice.
I'm a big Talking Heads David Byrne fan too.
Yeah.
So is he.
Ah.
Because I remember he was on SNL when they were on or something, or when David Byrne was on and was
You
talking about it.
Probably could have come backstage and hung out, but
Yeah, but I
fucked
blew
up,
that.
dude.
Yeah, I fucked
you
that up.
fucked up. All right. Numero trace.
Okay,
Who
we
we
got
got?
another one. If it's Mulaney, I'm just gonna get up and walk out of here. Son of a bitch! I said no. You ever have someone come on the road and want to do a guest spot?
Oh, every fucking show.
Yeah.
Every show.
And what do you let
Every
them or
show.
no?
I always let people do it. Much to my dismay, every time
Does it go
somebody
over?
writes me or I'm like, it's 5 minutes. I don't give a shit, right? I'll clean it up. I don't care. But what happens is, this is my biggest pet peeve. If you're a fucking young comic, pay attention. Listen to me right now. If you fucking ask for a guest set, come in, do your guest set, and get the fuck out. Don't come in the green room.
Yeah, come in. Say thank you.
Order food.
Yeah.
Chill out. What's the Wi-Fi pass? Get the fuck out of the green room. You're not
outta
on
here,
the
dude.
show.
Yeah.
It's
guest
my
set.
biggest pet
Right.
peeve. I don't like it. And every time I let somebody do a guest set, they come in and they fucking bunk up. I'm like, what the fuck's going on?
doing?
And then I leave the green room.
Right.
Because I'm
Now you're standing in the
uncomfortable.
hallway.
Always.
You're the
It
headliner.
always
And
happens.
it's like flashbacks.
Yeah.
Like there's nowhere to stand. I just got to stand by the service bar.
Stand in the corner.
until
I brought-
it's my turn to go up.
There was a
Oh, it's the
comic
worst.
that fucking ordered food and then ordered another meal to go, and didn't even fucking tip. I was like,
Or say thank you or anything.
Oh God,
dude.
never.
Who was
Yeah.
that?
John Mulaney.
I knew it. I was right about him.
Who's number 3?
Jim Jefferies.
Never heard.
Jim Jefferies. This guy, I fucking love him. We both love Oasis. We both love whiskey. I think he's fucking great. He's like one of
Jim's
those
hilarious.
kind of like, like this kind of rebel vibe you get from him, but he genuinely is. Like he's not. That's
he
not
is.
like
He's
an act.
genuinely a mess. I met him in Edinburgh the first time I met Jim in 2000 in Scotland, and we were
Probably hammered, right?
We were drunk in mess together
yeah.
for many, many nights.
He is a great dude. I
He's
love
a great dude. Yeah.
him. Yeah,
All right, here we go.
Jim Jefferies.
You don't acknowledge stupidity, and I can fucking prove it. We have 1,000 people in the room. By a show of hands, don't do it ironically. Don't do this sarcastically. Only do this if you truly believe it. Put up your hand if you truly believe you have a stupid child at home. None of you. Well, guess what? It's statistically higher than that. But your child isn't stupid, not your child. Your child has a learning difficulty. That's the definition of stupid. If you have difficulty learning, that's what stupid is. If you find it hard to put information in your head and recall it when you need it, that's textbook stupid. And there's nothing wrong with being stupid. I will take a nice idiot over a smart asshole any fucking day of the week, ladies and gentlemen.
I could have rolled over the nice part. There's nothing wrong with being
But
stupid.
let's just acknowledge these people. Now I've given you a good point.
This is great.
Many of you are thinking, maybe our kid is a dumb cunt. You're picturing him in his little league game. He's in the outfield digging a hole with a stick.
That was me.
Oh yeah, same.
That's every kid.
That's every kid. Yeah.
I've told you before in one of my other DVDs, but this is how you find out if
We
your
didn't see
kid's
it,
a
Jim.
dumb cunt. Are you a dumb cunt? Is your wife or your husband a dumb cunt? Guess what your kids are? Your kids are dumb cunts just like you, except they'll achieve even less. Now, don't be upset by this information if you're indeed a dumb cunt with your dumb cunt spouse, and your dumb cunt kids, and your dumb cunt family, with your dumb cunt friends. Because society's very accommodating to dumb cunts. In fact, there are places where you and your dumb cunt family can go once a week and meet other dumb cunt families, and you can sing songs. And it's called the church. And they've never turned away a group of dumb cunts. The church loves dumb cunts. Doesn't like the smart, what with their constant questions. Smart are always asking questions, and that's like fucking cancer to religion.
Is that the end? Okay.
That's it.
Well, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Cool
That's
clip.
great.
I
mean, that's somebody that has definitely a perspective, strong opinion, and that, I mean, they'll joke about stupid is fucking fantastic.
Very funny.
It's so good.
It's really funny all the way through. And I'll tell you what I like the most about it is he's just being him. 100%, 100% just being Jim.
Yeah.
Here's what I think, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it, or
Yeah,
It's
that's
kinda
like
reminding me of Carlin a little there at the end.
Yeah. That's the difference between like just take the last clip, like Jeselnik, right? That's an act, right?
Right.
But you see in Jim, it's like That's Jim.
That's Jim.
Like that's how Jim is.
And it's commentary.
Yes.
Instead of like here's
social
a joke,
commentary.
it's social
Right.
commentary and
But the way
and
he
it's
set it up.
fearless social commentary.
The way he set it up too. He got on his knees. He said, "Everybody, if you don't think, raise your hand." He just baits them. He trapped them. He got them. He got exactly what he wanted. And now here's the hypothesis. I'm going to prove my thesis.
Statistically, it's higher than that.
It's such a
There's
great
like
line.
1,000 people in here.
Yeah.
Half of your kids are fucking stupid.
I also
And none of you raised your hands.
It's so great.
I also love the random set pieces in there. Like when he comes over and he just sits
Yeah.
on a wood block.
Yeah.
This must have been
like
for
how
a
he
special
used it.
recording. Yeah.
Like he sat down like,
Yeah.
that's a different.
He knows when to get
different
conversational
feel.
and
Like,
yeah.
I'm about to attack the church. So everybody,
He sits down.
this is my warmest.
Yeah. My warmest.
Religion is bullshit.
Yeah.
His pacing is almost. I don't know if he's cognizant of the fact that like he has a heavy accent, but he does slow it down. Sometimes you listen to comics from Australia or from England,
Yeah.
and they're racing through it, or Scotland, and you can't even understand it as an American.
Can't understand him. I've spent months there,
Yeah.
and like I've been here. The last time I was there, I was like, I've been here for 29 days.
Still
and
no
I
idea.
Still, and we're
And
we're
it's
all
English.
speaking English.
It's English,
And I
yeah.
have no fucking idea what you guys are saying to me.
After a show in Scotland, everyone goes to the bar, and 10 people come up to me, and they're all yapping. At the end of the 10 minutes, I had no idea if they liked me or hated me. They're like, "Yo, that's it, man, mate." I'm like, I don't know if they're gonna buy me a drink or kick me out of here, but
You remember the guys, the bartenders at the old Bag It Inn?
Oh
Shane.
yeah.
Shane
Yeah.
and Ronan.
Ronan, the best.
Dude,
Great
Judah,
guy.
one night, Judah and I are leaving the cellar.
These guys are like off the boat from Ireland.
Yeah, they're Irish, not Scottish, but
Yeah.
they have the same kind of, we have the same
Very
issues
thick,
communicating with them. Judah and I are crossing the street, crossing McDougal. We run into those guys on the corner of
Yeah.
3rd and McDougal there. They were coming from the Bagot, I
Yeah.
guess. It's like 3 a.m. They're both ripped.
Mm-hmm.
We're not at all. And we stood on the corner and talked to them for 10 minutes. And then we're walking to our cars, and Judah's like, "Did you understand anything you just said?" And I was like, "Nope." And we weren't kidding. Like, what just
Yeah.
happened? That was 10
No
minutes.
clue. But they were the nicest guys.
They were
And they
great.
would
Those
always
guys
take
were
care of us. So as you may or may not know, the last clip of the show
Oh, no, I don't.
is
What is it?
One of Us.
Oh, no.
So One of Us is on the hook now. And again, just like everything else, we're judging the bit or that performance, not the comics. So I don't know who this
Remember
is.
how I said I didn't want to come here today?
Yeah, you really don't want to come. Yeah. Let's
No, this
see.
is fun, man. I'm fucking around. And it's good to see
Yeah,
you again.
it's great to see you,
It's
buddy.
been a
Yeah.
long time since we did a movie together.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
That shit
Oh
was
my
so
God.
real.
You know, I didn't get paid for that movie. You know what I got? I got a Batman poster.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
A Batman poster?
Yeah. Adam West and Burt Ward dressed as Batman. I was like, oh, it's fucking cool. He's
Old
like,
school
he's like, why don't you
Batman.
take that instead of getting paid? I was like, oh, okay. And I took this poster.
David Breitman?
Yes. Yes. Don't shoot the pharmacist.
Don't shoot the pharmacist.
That's right.
It's
You were
out
the
there.
pharmacist.
You guys can watch it. Yes, I'm the pharmacist.
Godfrey's in it.
You're my aspiring stand-up comedian roommate.
That's right. Oh my God. I've never even seen it, by the way.
You haven't?
I've never
Oh, you
seen
should
it.
watch
Yeah.
It's awful. It's better than you might think, you know.
Yeah, but we filmed that in a pharmacy in like Queens, right? Or
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
Coney Island.
Wow.
Crazy. Don't shoot the pharmacist.
Lead actor. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Who is our?
this is a young, handsome Steve Byrne on the clip.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Thank God, I'm so glad it's you.
All right, here we go again.
Never fun. I apologize for it. The minute I see the clip, I'll know if I need to
I'm
apologize.
sure I've seen it already.
Here we go.
Okay.
I was
this
living in
is-
Las Vegas for 2 months, and I would go back to my hotel room, turn on the TV, and there's a loop of adverts of things to do in Las Vegas. And one of the adverts was for Thunder from Down Under.
Oh God. I apologize.
Right? Male exotic dance troupe. Now, I noticed this. When guys dance for girls, it's a lot different than when girls dance for guys. Women are constantly getting hit on, so you have to up the odds, you know? Multiply them. 5 guys, boy band formula. And the moves are very different, too. The moves are very blue-collar, letting ladies know, we're going to work for you girls.
Ladies, getting kind of cloudy in here, don't you think? Please welcome Thunder from Down Under.
Oh my God, that is so sexy. When women dance for guys, completely different. all you need is one girl. Because that's all it takes. She could have a hangover, a fever, be working a skank shift Monday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Skank
Her feet hurt. And she'll wear her heart on her sleeve.
Gentlemen, please welcome the main... Stop.
Get a bad hit.
Is that sexy?
Uh-huh. Now, what is sexy for one sex is not sexy for another sex. My point, you can't mix the moves. You can't cross the streams, right? I mean, guys, you don't be a show club in here.
Gentlemen, please welcome the main stage, Mercedes.
It's so stupid. It's just
You see a sexual blonde in heels doing this? What the heck? $10 a beer for this?
Just stop the fucking bit. I can't watch it.
Tonight.
Oh God, it's humiliating. Oh my God.
Oh, you're being
It's
too hard on
funny.
yourself, man.
No, that's like
First of all, you were adorable.
Thank you.
It's
I
funny,
think I would,
man. It was funny.
Brad and Angelina
It's
Pitt,
not so bad.
they would have adopted that kid. They would have adopted that kid.
Mrs. Smith.
But that's like a perfect example of a young kid, no material, just being physical for the lack of writing a joke. You know,
Material.
But you know what I mean, though.
You had a
Like
concept.
Yeah, it was funny.
concept. It was
acted it out.
yeah,
The crowd loved
very physical. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's embarrassing now to look at those things. It's
That's
bad.
interesting.
It is bad. Did not like
It
it.
was so
How old were you in this clip?
I might have been 29, 28, something like that. But those are the bits I was doing like at the cellar when I was trying to get laid. You know, it's like, oh,
So you were trying to get laid for how much? Like you're married and have children
Sure.
and stuff now, right? So, but were you like in the clubs like trying to get laid for a long time?
oh yeah, oh yeah, because
I was married that whole time and like so many
That's
guys
right, yeah.
would
you and Corielli were like the married guys.
and DC.
And DC, that's
So
right.
we would
DC,
just
yeah.
drink
Yeah.
and then get home late. and
I remember
get in
talking to
trouble with
Russ
our wives.
Meniv.
Like their wives both told them you can't hang out with Ben Bailey anymore.
Oh wow.
Well, I come home at 6 in the morning.
I remember talking to Russ Meniv, and I was like, man, maybe being married's cool. Like, you look at Ben Bailey, he's always happy, and Russ like, and he's always drinking, Steve.
Oh my God! What an
Like,
accurate conversation you guys had about me. Both were true. I was always appeared happy, but wait a minute, how many bottles of Heineken?
Yeah.
A lot.
You
of
guys would
bottles
post
of
up at the
Heineken.
bar.
Yeah, but most of the guys
That's the married guys. Yeah.
would do. Yeah, the single guys would do the show, and then it's show letting out. Let's go stand by
Always.
the door.
Yeah, like a bunch of vultures. Yep.
You know.
Posture.
Yeah.
Watch
Sometimes
Artie.
we would like migrate over and watch just for the
Yeah.
to live vicariously.
Artie and Godfrey were amazing. Dove, one of the best I've ever seen.
at the work in the crowd. Like getting laid after the
Just
show?
out on the sidewalk.
Right.
Making it happen.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And
Drop
you'd
Dave
find
off,
me
yeah.
there. You'd find me there.
Sure.
I
of
was always
course.
there, yeah.
I was
Showboating,
envious that I couldn't.
peacocking.
The
Yeah,
first
all
time
of
I
it.
met Ray Romano,
Yeah.
he was married,
Mm-hmm.
and we had a conversation at the cellar 100 years ago about, I said, is it really hard? I had just gotten married.
Mm-hmm.
Is it really hard to be a comedian and be married? And he was like, it's hard on you because you can't fool around. And I was like, fuck. How did I not think of that?
I used to
It's
save
hard for him. He's like the nicest guy in the
Nicest,
world.
yeah.
I used to save girls' numbers by their first name and what club I met them at or what show I met them at.
Oh,
and then
that's
when
so
I got
funny.
married, my wife was going through my contacts. She's like, "Who's Sarah Taste Orlando Coffee Shop?" I'm like, "Oh, I gotta change these to scam likely."
They're just like, oh, in a memory.
Oops.
Delete. So
Yeah.
what is
Sarah Orlando Coffee Shop. I remember you.
as we draw to a close, I want to ask you, what is just one of your favorite memories as a New York comic? Because like you said, you're on the road now, you go home, you kind of bunk up. What's a memory instantly you think about, like, let's say the Cellar, one of your favorite memories of performing there and being a regular on the lineups there? All the crazy things you've seen.
There's too much.
Yeah.
I mean, 100 things just popped into my head. 100, I remember when you came in after doing Star Search and we all held up scores for you. You remember? They had done it to me, too. I had gotten it, too. I did Star Search. I won. I made a few rounds. I think you did, too. And then
Yeah.
I came back and they were all holding up scores.
That's
and
so
like,
fucking funny. I remember. Oh my
I don't know,
god.
a single memory like.
I remember Bobby Kelly. We were watching.
There's too many.
Like
There's
a last.
100. I literally could run through 100 of them. Right
Last
now.
Call with Carson Daly. Bobby Kelly just taped it, and that's when you'd still watch those late night sets.
Yeah.
And we were all so happy for Bobby, and they turned it up.
Carson Daly.
That's right. But we turned it on the TV, and we all stood there and watched, and in closed captioning, it said light laughter. And I go, did it say light laughter? Hey, guys, did I say light laughter? He's like, fuck you, Burns. And we all were fucking dying laughing. It's just a memory. I'm like,
There's so many great ones,
yeah.
man. One time I came in, and I was standing in the hall waiting to go on.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy Norton's on.
Yeah.
And he was getting ready to do his Monster Rain thing. And so he says to the crowd, right as I walk into the door, he goes, remember when you were in second grade and it would start to rain and you and your friend would run under the deck and suck each other's dicks? The crowd just goes, oh! This just a huge crowd. This woman literally goes, oh my God! And Norton goes, what? It's okay. Second grade, it's okay. And this woman goes, no, it's not okay. Like, it was ugly. Like, they were mad at him, And he did his, fine then, whatever. He got mad and he pretended to spit on the floor. And he left. And then, I can't remember who was hosting. Maybe it was Keith.
Yeah.
They just brought me right up with nothing.
No, really?
I'm like, thanks, dude. So I get up there and I go, I didn't know what I was going to say till right, when it just hits you. I go, come on, guys, give it up for Jim Norton. He's a good guy. I've known him since the second grade. The place just explodes. It's the only time I ever saw Norton blush. It's just the hallways, just the whole head went red and he fucking went home.
That's so fucking great.
But there's 1,000 of those because it was always something. It was just always something
last
so
night,
fun,
Colin Quinn was on stage. I'm like, I got to run downstairs. I got to watch Colin, right?
Yeah,
so I go
I'm
downstairs.
Sure it was worth it. Yeah.
And he's always trying out new material. And his bomb lines are so fucking funny. He's like, guys, I'm hard of hearing, and I heard nobody laugh at that. What a great line. He's like, that silence was so loud. I was like, wow, just in the pocket. He's he's so fucking
casually brilliant.
Oh,
He's
God.
just like, and you're like, oh my God, that was really fucking smart and hilarious what he just said.
Yeah, it's almost like he's tossing every bit off and just seeing what sticks.
Throwing away every line.
The history of the United States of America. Who does an hour special about that? I mean, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
How prolific he is.
Accurate and insightful.
Yeah.
Yeah, Quinn's a great guy. There's so many
One of the
great
nicest.
ones with him. One night I was in there with Quinn. It was me and Quinn and I can't remember who else, but I still feel badly about it because we were slamming each other, And then Quinn, every time he started to talk, I cut him off. And he'd be like, no, and I'd just jump in, and I could not stop myself.
Yeah.
I did it so many times that he just left. And I still feel bad about it. I shouldn't, because he probably could see the humor in it. But he just went home. I just never let him say a fucking word. He just went home.
That's so great.
He's a legend, and I just fucking interrupted him.
And the nicest guy, like the Godfather at the Cellar.
Yeah,
everybody kisses the ring. Ben Bailey, I cannot thank you enough for coming by Comedy Pinata today. And Jiggy,
it was great.
So awesome having you on.
Great
You got
to
to
be
come
here.
back and do it anytime. Got to thank our sponsor real quick. Did you know car repossession is on the rise? Do you know you also have every right to stop a repo guy from taking your car? Consumers have broad rights to stop a car repossession from happening, and that is where the law firm at Sue the Collector can help you. If your car is about to be repossessed or your car was repossessed and you verbally told them to stop, leave your car alone, or physically hurt or injured by the repo agent, or they took the wrong car altogether, you may have a case. The attorneys at Sue the Collector specialize in wrongful car repossession and can help you or your loved one. If you or your loved one were injured, lost valuables, or wrongfully had your car repossessed, call us now, 1-877-BAD-REPO, 1-877-BAD-REPO. Again, 1-877-BAD-REPO. Ben, where can everybody keep up with you?
I am all over social media these days. I finally gave in and committed to it.
You have to.
So
Yeah.
I'm Ben Bailey Comedy or Real Ben Bailey. I've got a YouTube live stream show I do every Sunday at 9 o'clock. It's called The Big News Show with Ben Bailey. I've got a ton of tour dates. I'm going to be all over the place this year. So
great.
Check out my website, you guys. There's too many to list. I've got more than I've had in years. It feels great. I can't wait to get out on the road, and I hope to see you guys out there.
Beautiful. Jiggy?
At Jiggy Comedy for Facebook, Instagram, and the www is jiggycomedy.com.
There we go. And that's Jiggy with an N, correct? Nice. My name is Steve Byrne. Thank you again. Subscribe, like, review, all that good stuff. We'll see you next time, Comedy Pinata.